Chapter 39. It's a bad one. Mal is in the backyard banging his head on the fence. Dad tries to grab him, but Mal flails arms, feet flying. Dad catches an elbow in the face. His nose gushes blood. Mal is screaming so loud it hurts my ears, and his eyes are rolled up in his head so far all I can see is white. Mom comes running out with the rug. Mal kicks it away and then kicks me in the shins so hard I collapse in pain. Dad grabs him from behind and wraps his arms around him. They fall to the grass, Mal on top. Mal slams his head back and hits Dad in the mouth, all the while kicking furiously. Mom is standing by helplessly with the rug while Bridget has her phone in her hand saying, "Should I call 911?" I manage to grab Mal's feet and hold them. Mal's screams have gotten worse, as if his throat has shredded itself. I hear Mr. Johnston's voice from the other side of the fence. "Everything okay over there?" "We're fine," I yell back, even though it's light years from the truth. I run back into the house for Mal's headphones and sunglasses. When I get back outside, Mal's screams have become a piteous, sobbing wail. It's harder to listen to than the screams. Suddenly, Dad shouts in pain. Mal has sunk his teeth into his wrist. Dad yanks his arm free and Mal gets loose. He's on his feet running towards Bridget. She yelps and drops her phone, spreading her arms out to catch him. Mal veers right and heads for the other side of the yard. He runs straight into the privacy fence. He hits it so hard I half expect him to keep going, leaving a kid-shaped hole in the fence. The fence holds and Mal bounces off it, lands on his back. Dad and I are running over to him, me with the headphones and glasses, Mom right behind us with the rug. But Mal doesn't stay down. He jumps up and runs along the fence in complete panic. I drop the headphones and glasses and cut him off at the back gate, hitting him like a tackle, taking down a wide receiver. Mal hits the ground hard, and a second later I hear a labored squee, squee of him straining for breath. "Breathe, Mal," I hear myself. "Breathe." Dad is there and Mom with the rug. She spreads it on the grass. Squee, squee. Dad lifts Mal under the arms and pulls him over to the rug while I go for the headphones. Squee! Mal gasps and takes a full, shuddering breath. Mom pulls the short end of the rug over him while I clamp the headphones to his head and turn and let it go. "Should we roll him up?" Dad asks. "Wait a minute," I say. Mal's forehead has a nasty scrape from where he hit the fence. His eyes are squeezed shut, his arms are rigid at his sides, and he's breathing hard. I put my hands on his shoulders and I say, "It's okay, Mal. It's okay." "Okay," Mal says. "Do you want to be a burrito?" Mal opens his eyes and looks straight at the deep blue sky. "Okay." We gently roll him. I find his sunglasses and place them on his face. Mal turns his head this way and that, looking at all of us. Arfie, who has been observing all this human drama from beneath the picnic table, comes over and licks Mal's face. Mal smiles. He seems to radiate peace on all of us, and for a moment I think everything will be like it was at dinner, when nobody was mad at anybody, and we're all happy together. And for a few seconds, it's true. Mom says, "Honey, let's get you cleaned up." She's talking to Dad, who's bleeding from his nose, his lip, and his wrist. Dad nods. "David, will you stay with him?" "You too, Bridget." "Okay," Mal mutters sleepily. He's slipping into his post-meltdown lethargy. Bridget and I sit there without talking for what seems like a long time. I keep waiting for her to beat me up about the visa bill, but she doesn't. She just sits quietly on the lawn with me and Mal and Arfie. The sun is setting. The mosquitoes will be out soon. I hear our neighbor's back door slam shut. Mr. Johnson has probably been watching through a crack in the fence. The Crazy Miller Show is much better than whatever's on TV lately. After a while, Bridget says, "You know what I said about it being complicated with Derek?" "Yeah," I say. "It's not actually. I broke up with him." "Good. All he cares about is himself, and he has no sense of humor at all." "You just figured that out?" I ask. She gives me a sharp look. "I never liked him much," I say. "Well, I did, or at least I thought I did. But mostly the reason we stayed together as long as we did was because I hate being alone. You've got your friends, and you know everybody in town, and you have Mom and Dad and Mal, but I didn't know anybody at Simpson, so when I started seeing Derek, I started latched on, you know." "Well, maybe you can latch on with somebody with a sense of humor next," I say. Bridget smiles and looks down at Mal. "I think first I have to figure out how to latch on to myself." Mom comes back outside. "How is he?" "Sleeping. Do you think we can unwrap him and get him in the house?" I want to take a look at his head. I ask Mal if he's ready to be unburritoed, but he's too deep in sleep to hear me. We unroll him slowly, then Mom picks him up in her arms, like a baby. Mal weighs almost 70 pounds, but she lifts him easily. We take him upstairs and lay him on his bed. Mom cleans his head and puts a Band-Aid on it. "Can you sit with him for a while?" she asks me. "I'll stay with him," Bridget says. Mom and I look at each other surprised. I don't think we realized until that moment that it was usually one of us. "I'll read to him," Bridget says. And as we leave, we hear Bridget say, "5 little puppies dug a hole under the fence." While Bridget sits with Mal, I finish cleaning the kitchen. Mom and Dad are in their bedroom. Their talking is barely audible, but I know they're talking about me. I finish cleaning the kitchen. I may be a thieving, lying wretch, but at least they can't accuse me of not finishing my chores. When I finish, I eat a half-empty carton of vanilla Haagen-Dazs. When I finish the carton, I throw the carton in the trash and leave the dirty spoon in the sink. Because, I'm not perfect.